Hello children, this is Miss Gitanjali from DePaul School. How are you all? Hope you all are safe. Children, today I will continue Standard 7th, the first chapter of Civics, the Constitution of India. Children, in the last session we already discussed about the Constitution, Constituent Assembly and the Drafting Committee. Today, let us learn about the adoption of our Constitution, the preamble and the objectives of the Constitution. Okay, now first I am going to start with adoption of our Constitution. Our Constitution was formally approved by the members of the Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949. It took 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to prepare our Constitution. Originally, our Constitution had 395 articles and 8 schedules. The chairman of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, became the first president of independent India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, a prominent member of the Assembly, became the first Prime Minister of the country. Children, now we'll start with the preamble. Our Constitution begins with the preamble. Preamble is the mirror of the Constitution. The preamble is a very important part of our Constitution. It is a short introduction to the Constitution. It is like a preface of a book. It sheds light on the source, nature, aims and objectives of our Constitution. The preamble begins with the words, "We, the people of India." Okay. Children, this is the picture of the preamble. Okay. Here what is written here, see? "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, democratic republic and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution." This implies that the people of India are the source of our Constitution. The preamble defines the Indian state as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay. Sovereign. Sovereign means free from foreign power. It means India is an independent nation and no country can interfere in her internal or external affairs. Another is our socialist. The word socialist was added to the preamble in 1976 via the 42 Amendment Act. It declares that India as a socialist state. The purpose of this is to provide equal opportunities to all the citizens of the country in all fields and eliminate inequality regarding income and status. Secular. Like the word socialist, secular too was added to the preamble in 1976 via the 42 Amendment Act. Our preamble declares that India is secular state. It means the Indian state does not support any particular religion. It gives equal respect to all the religion. Children, amendment means an amendment is a formal or official change made to a law, contract, constitution or other legal document. Now see democratic. The preamble states that India is a democratic state. Democracy is a form of government wherein the people reign supreme. This means the supreme power lies in the people collectively. and it is administered by them or by the persons selected by them. Okay, now see republic. Our preamble declares India to be a republic. Our India became a republic in 1950. India is a republic because the head of our country is the president, who is indirectly elected by the people for a fixed term of 5 years. Okay, now we'll discuss the objectives of the Constitution. Apart from what you have studied above, our preamble contains some other important words like justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. These words are the objectives of the Constitution. Now one by one we'll learn about this. Justice. All the citizens of India are equal in the eyes of the law irrespective of their caste, gender, race or religion. There are 3 types of justice mentioned in our preamble: social justice, economic justice and political justice. Okay. First one is social justice. It refers to the creation of an Indian society where there is no discrimination against anyone based on caste, race, gender and religion. The second one is economic justice. It means striving to bridge the gap between the rich and poor. Third one is political justice. It implies that everyone means all Indian citizens has the right to vote or get elected to any office of the country irrespective of religion, caste, gender, education or financial background. Now our third point is here this is our liberty. Liberty. Every Indian citizen has the liberty or freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship considered to be the basic rights every individual needs. Next one is our equality. It means the Indian state shall not discriminate anyone on the basis of status, caste, religion, race or gender. Now the last one is our fraternity. Last but not the least, our preamble also contains the word fraternity. It means ensuring brotherhood among all the citizens of the country. Promoting brotherhood is very essential in a remarkably diverse country like India.